We use the term global family in a very all-embracing way. It can be the most international of families, where you may have the parents living in one country and the children living in 3 or 4 other countries, and their own children may be scattering off to an even broader number of countries with assets in each one of those places. We see much greater interest in just simple things like wanting to buy a vacation property in another country. That this is very often the first point at which a family starts to become global. Then maybe they buy the property, and maybe they start spending some time there and think, I'd like to spend some more time there, and before they know it, they may find themselves having become a resident of that country. The moment you acquire assets or move to another country, you have to start thinking about more than one tax and legal system. That's really the big change, that suddenly you've got a foot in more than one universe. Certainly in the last 10 years we've seen a significant amount of consolidation of European businesses. So a dairy business in France might combine with a dairy business in Germany. Where are you going to run this combined entity from? Where does it make the most sense to do that? A scenario we see all the time is a situation where you have children of a non-US family who have moved into the US and now live in the US. We see that happening a great deal in Latin America, but also from Europe and from Asia. And typically the big challenge for those families is the realization that when the parents die and they transfer their assets to their US children, those assets are now going to be subject to the US estate tax. I think people are always very conscious of how much more difficult their lives become once they develop this international component to their affairs. And the biggest question I get is just how do I try and sort this out? The key to multi-jurisdictional planning is not that the answers are going to be the same, because obviously it's going to vary very much depending on what are the various combinations of factors as to which countries are involved, where are the various assets, where are the various individuals. But the methodology of approach is very often very similar, that kind of knowing what questions to ask, what issues are likely to arise, being able to anticipate what the longer arc over time might be for the issues that a family might face becomes very important.